Hi, everyone. Well, we're live on our private page. I haven't seen anyone. We're trying to be we're trying to be more involved and pick up where we left off before the pandemic. Well, I'm Vicky. If you're new to my group, if you don't know me personally, I'm Vicky. I am a living organ donor. I donated over half of my liver to my mom, and she's sitting right beside me, Miss Pearl. She is doing wonderful. She's doing absolutely wonderful. Um, so today, just wanted to share some information about kidney failure. Kidney failure is um, a high among minorities. And it is imperative that you listen to all your medical team advice and suggestions. Some choose just to continue dialysis for the rest of their lives, and some choose um, to see if they qualify for a transplant to get on a transplant list. To get on a transplant list. And some people try to get on the transplant list to see if they qualify and to see if they can wait for a kidney transplant. And if you are a kidney transplant patient or dialysis patient, you already know the process. And don't be afraid to ask for a living donor. Um, don't be afraid to ask someone to be your living donor to donate to you. You never know what people's hearts are, and you never know. And don't feel you have to turn down someone's offer because that person wants to do it from the bottom of their heart. And if they're going to do it, their mind is made up. They're going to do it. They're not scared. They want to do it, and they want to help that person have the quality of life. So having an option to have a organ transplant extends your life, and it helps you have a better quality of life. Um, However, people who choose to do dialysis have a quality of life. Um, Unfortunately, my mom needed a kidney transplant after we donated my liver, which is not uncommon in the medical arena. That you will need a kidney transplant because the medications could be harsh on your bodies. It could be a number of reasons that you might need a kidney transplant later or another kidney later. So don't be afraid. But most of the time, majority of the time, it should be success. But your medical team are phenomenal, are experts. And when my mom received a kidney transplant, she received it from a deceased donor. She received it from a deceased donor, and actually, she was on the waiting list. How long were you on the waiting list for a kidney?
7 to 8 months.
No, um, you started a process when you started to have kidney failure. Remember, they was giving you medicine,
Yeah.
giving you a lot of medicine to help.
Yeah.
And but you started a process, but actually you were on the waiting list for like 5 years.
Yeah.
I believe you was on the waiting list for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So mom's kidney was failing, and then after it got to a point where it was failing, she was starting to have medical issues, and I had to take her to the doctor, take her to appointments and things like that. And we were just going back and forth to the emergency room, and I made sure that all the medical team had all the updates. I made sure I stayed in touch with the team. I made sure she make sure I made sure she um I made sure that she participates. Made sure that her doctors and medical team know if she was rushed to the emergency room, what could happen, and things like that. So I was very, very communicate communicating a lot with her team. Until this very day, me as a caregiver, I prefer her to have all her medical, um, mostly all her medical things taken care of in one place. So I'm not running all over the Washington, D.C. area to this appointment, that appointment, this appointment, that appointment. And she was on dialysis how long, Mom?
So 7 months, a little
What,
over 7 months.
9 months?
Seven,
It
over
was
nine
it was
months.
7 months.
7, 8 months.
7 months. And what
Mm-hmm.
year did you have your kidney?
I think it was 2012.
2012.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important. It's very, very important. Unfortunately, many people who are minorities will have kidney failure. It's a lot of studies and there's a lot of research on there. Just overall, just living a life, you will have kidney failure, even young people. And Mom, what would you want to say about that guy that you was telling me about?
Oh yeah, it was a guy that on the volunteer. George, was it George? Yeah, Georgetown. Yeah, a young guy, about 30. He said he needed a kidney transplant, so he didn't have to go on dialysis. He said his friend was going to give him a kidney. He told me that uh, he had to go on dialysis. He got his kidney from a friend, so he said he never was on dialysis. So I told him he was blessed because so many people, have to be on dialysis. And I told him I was on dialysis, but he was blessed to have to go on dialysis. And his friend was a match, and he got a kidney. So that was good.
Yes, that's
Mm-hmm.
excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So it is very, very important. Mom had a lot of success, and because of my background working in the field, what I had to keep things organized and keep things on, keep things focused, helped me a lot. But there are many dozens of resources. Talk to your if you are waiting for a transplant and you are at a organ transplant center patient, listen to your medical providers. Um, Reach out to your caseworker, your social worker. Um, Make an appointment. Make that
Mm-hmm.
initial appointment. If you just go do it, just do it. Just make the initial appointment. And it could be a daunting task, but things have gotten better with technology when we first started doing this. So, but still, when you have organ failure, you still got to see your provider, or you might have to do an MRI. You might have to do blood work and things like that. And what keeps a transplant patient successful is taking their transplant medications, eating a healthy diet, and eating a healthy diet. And what else helps you, with success?
Mm-hmm. Should you drink? Don't have to drink water, but
Drink fluids.
plenty of fluids.
Drink plenty of fluids.
Try to do
Yes.
walk, do some kind of exercise to help you to feel better.
Yeah, that help you feel better. My mom walks. How often do you walk, Mom?
I try to walk like 3 or 4 times a week.
Yes,
I
Mom
do.
walked 3 or 4 times a week before COVID. She was consistent. She was doing it for 7 days a week. So, so just a little bit of exercise, but always listen to your transplant provider or your transplant team or your providers and follow their steps. If you're overwhelmed, ask your caseworker at the hospital. Ask a caseworker at the hospital, not a local county caseworker, a medical caseworker or a medical social worker to help you um, accept that you have kidney failure and accept that you might want to go through a transplant and they will direct you. They are highly trained individuals. Um, and there it is a lot of support resources out here now. The social media is getting really popular now. I'm seeing it more, but we was just so busy with the pandemic, and
Yeah.
so that's what helped you have success in the quality of life. However, if you prefer dialysis, and we were saying drink plenty of water, make sure you listen to your dialysis team because sometimes the fluid, you can have too much fluid. So listen to your dialysis team on your fluid intake. So it is important and it's imperative that you follow your medical providers and seek moral support and support with medical appointments. Anything else, Mom? You looking down?
Oh, too, that when you go out and you're going to be around a crowd of people, wear the mask because our immune system is low. So it's best for us to wear our mask, especially if we're around a crowd of people like a church or church setting or birthday party or some kind of function going on, and it's a crowd of people. We need to wear our mask because we have our immune systems is low. So we really do need to wear our mask to protect ourselves.
Yes, yes, that is so important. That is so important. Um, Before the pandemic, my mom was really selective, um, attending events and things like that, or she was careful and she always washed her hands. And when they were telling us in the beginning of this pandemic, oh, so Mom, we do all this anyway. But transplant patients know exactly what we're talking about. So, or organ failure, or anyone that has a low immune system, it is important. And we're glad that you have our time. And please come out to us if you're in our private Facebook group page. We just want to talk and hang out and meet and try to have more support with each other because it can be a daunting task. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.